So today I'm just going to be installing some mirrors on this wall. It's our blank wall in our gym. There's nothing really on there. I'm going to start off with cutting some of these cedar ledges. I already glued them up for another project a little while ago, so they're like a little L bracket. I'm just going to cut them to length and throw them up on the wall. And they're basically just there to hold the weight of the mirror while I'm gluing it on. Right here, you can see my setup for sanding outside. My dust collection isn't really set up all the way at the moment, so this is what I do when I make a big mess. I just bring it outside, easier to clean up. I'm not gonna sand them down like super well. I'm just basically getting all the little fuzzies off. That way, when I paint it later, it'll look a little nicer. Just marking the studs right here. Pretty simple, stud finder, mark it, drill it. I'm gonna get my countersink bit. That way I can recess the screws into the wood, so it's a little cleaner. I'm just gonna kind of pre-drill these a little bit before I stick them up on the wall. Right here, I'm just gonna mount the middle screw. That way I can, put a level on it and then kind of tweak it as I go. So you'll see me just drill one screw in and then go on from there. Right here, I'm kind of checking the wall to see if the wall's flat. I know sometimes there's a bow in the drywall, but yeah, just making a little bit of adjustment here, and then pre-drilling, and then I'm going to throw in some extra screws to hold everything in place. Same thing here, just pre-drill, and then, fix it up. Right here, there was some adhesive, mirror and marble adhesive specifically for this, and then these little mirror clips that go on the wall that hold the top and the sides if you want. Right here, I measured 6 feet from the little wooden ledge that I installed, 6 feet up. That's going to be where the top of the mirror is. And I just want to make a line here so that I can put in those little mirror clips ahead of time. Those little clips come with these little drywall anchors. They suck. I recommend throwing those away and getting these. These drywall anchors are awesome, and I think they hold like 50 pounds each. And the best thing about them is you just drill straight into the drywall. You don't even have to like pre-drill or anything. Well, that is unless you just so happen to hit a stud, and then it kind of ruins it and you have to move it over a couple inches and avoid the stud. But after that, it goes directly into the drywall. It's got little threads on it that go in. I'm just going through, opening up these mirrors to see what they look like. Probably should have done this first thing, but I like to work things not in order. They come with these little plastic corner things to prevent you from chipping the corners. Just kicking those off. Right now, I'm just going to put it up on the mirror to see where it lies. I marked in the middle, I marked a little mark in the middle of the wooden board, so I'm trying to put it exactly in the middle. And it's right about now where I realized that the mirror is not 6 feet tall. So that line that I drew is wrong. It's actually 60 inches tall, not 6 feet. So that's my bad. Bringing the mirror back down to the ground, I'm going to adjust the height of that thing, or that line that I drew. Right now, I'm just like putting on some of the adhesive, um, and we're about to just send it. I don't really plan things out. I just kind of wing it and then move along and adapt as things happen. These murals were pretty heavy. I think they were like 40 something pounds each, maybe. Right here, I just put the little clip up there and screwing it in. Probably not a good idea to use an impact driver on these. I recommend just doing them by hand because, you know, if the walls bowed at all and you start really cranking down on those screws, you're going to snap these mirrors right in half. So here's the second mirror. It goes right next to the first mirror. I'm just going to put it in there. Trying to be real gentle. I've already cracked a couple of these other mirrors on another project, so I'm being super, super cautious. Same thing here. I'm just going to put those clips on and send it. Almost cracked the mirror there. I'm getting them close. I'm not cranking these down real hard. I'm leaving a little play in them. They're just there to hold it up while the adhesive dries, really. All right. One issue. I'm going to shim up these corners because even though I use the level for this rail at the bottom, I think it kind of dips off at the end and it was causing a separation in the gap in the middle. So I've got to shim it up for now until the adhesive dries, and then I'll go ahead and bring these ends up. I'll take these middle screws out and then bring everything up, and then we should be good to go. Also, don't like how this is uneven. It's not symmetrical. I'm gonna fix that. Also, those are my mistakes from earlier. I'll fix all that. I'll paint it. No one will ever know. Well, you will know. Yeah, so here's one of those drywall anchors up close. If you just put a little pressure on them and those threads grab and then they sink right in. Like I said, if you use a manual screwdriver on these, it's probably a better idea. This wall was a little bowed right here. You can see the mirror kind of sticking away from the wall. There's a little gap right there. So I'm going to put a little bit of pressure on it. But I was really afraid I was going to snap it in half. So I'm just going in real soft and real slow, making sure I don't screw these things up. Let's test in the play. Yeah, just put a little tension on it. Nothing too crazy. So I'm about to clean up. Well, I'm about to paint. So I was going to clean up first and make sure everything is out of my way and I don't make more of a mess. So I'm just vacuuming up all the sawdust and drywall, dust, and spackling some of the extra holes that I put in the wall like a dummy. I knew I was going to get paint on the ground. I always do, it's inevitable. So I put some of that cardboard down and I found some of this paint in the cabinet. It's old paint. Originally I was using these foam brushes that I had, but those are horrible. So got got out some of the horsehair brushes. I think that's what they're made out of, or nylon. I don't know. These are old brushes that I had in the cabinet. I'm just putting a couple coats of this paint on the wood. I just wanted it to blend into the wall a little bit better. It was kind of sticking out. It didn't really match, so just trying to make everything blend in a little bit, you know. Trying to load up those screw holes with paint, trying to cover it up. Probably should have spackled those screw holes, but you know, didn't. This was a previous repair I did on the wall, and I put some texture on there, but it was like barely visible. Not on camera, but so I just want to hit it with the paint while I had it open. Put some Windex on the mirrors, you know, clean it up, get all my dirty little fingerprints off. So it looks nice. It really does like open up the room, having these mirrors in here. It feels a lot bigger for sure. Get the Swiffer out, get all that dust and crap up off the ground. A lot of footprints. That was kind of exciting watching me Swiffer the floor, but it's part of it. It was dirty. All right, it's done. It hasn't fallen off yet. Not perfect. The paint I used was actually semi-gloss. The original wall was painted flat. You don't really notice it unless you get at the right angle, but you won't see that. The little ledge boards at the bottom that I was using, it was raw cedar, unfinished, but I didn't really like it. It didn't match anything else in the shop, on the gym side at least. So I just hit it with a coat of white paint, and it kind of helps blend into the wall. Other than that, we accomplished our goal. Mirrors on the wall. Looks fine.